Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
The commercial
yeah,
paused and it didn't play. It stopped stopped in the beginning and it didn't play right away. So my
hey,
apologies.
hey.
How you doing? You sort of kind of free because the semester's kind of over now for you. So you kind
All
of
my
you
grades
really
are
break.
in. Oh, I'm like I don't know what to do with myself. All my grades are in. My classes are over, so I have a
Woo!
little bit of chill time. I was like,
Good.
yeah. As soon as I'm done, I'm gonna start cleaning my house. And I'm like, today I was kind of like, well, maybe I start cleaning the house tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
right? So
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna take a little day off and just
Right.
kind of get some stuff together, and I'll start organizing and
Mm-hmm.
clean it
Mm-hmm.
up because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I's free.
After a full semester like that, you do need to get like a
Yeah, it
break
was
day or
intense.
two and then go into your
Yeah, it
what
was
you planning on
intense.
doing. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, hopefully my bummy self don't show up, and then I'll be like, well, let's just start that on Monday. You know
No,
what I mean?
we won't let
Mhm.
procrastination get with
Yeah,
you.
hopefully the my little
Procrastination means
bummy.
you have several seats, and
Yes,
we're gonna bring it into existence. You're gonna get all the things you want to get done out of the way before the
I'm
next.
gonna get on it. No, I won't. I won't. It's gonna take me a minute to get through this crib because I gotta, my spring cleaning is gonna start now. Most
Very
folks
nice.
get to do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I started it
Mm-hmm.
during my actual spring break, and I was just like, oh well, how did I accumulate all this stuff?
That's what I'm saying.
And
You like
yeah,
you looking in your closet, you're like, well, when did I get it? Like,
when did all this happen?
I don't even remember buying that. And I can't even use it no more. Like, it's just
No, it's serious. It's real serious. Like, yeah. So I
listen.
gotta,
Everybody has a little pack rat in them, just a little bit. I think
yeah,
we all do, just a little bit.
yeah.
But I'm
Listen,
glad that you're off.
and let me
Moving.
tell you, so part of my problem is that I'm like one of those people that's all about making memories and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I'll be like, listen, I'll create a memory like I don't care the cost,
All
right?
day.
As long as I can put it together. So I'm like most of the things I own, like even like if it's an outfit or something like that, I remember when I got it, why I got it, and if it was something cool, I'll keep it. Because if it's something that I had on when something crazy happened, I kind of get rid of it right then and there. I was just like, I ain't
Right.
keeping this energy in my house. Forget that, right? So I was just like, no, but I got this, and I wore this to here and this and all that stuff. And I'm just like, man, girl, you better put that stuff out and give it to somebody who really, really
Get
need it.
rid of it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. Yeah, I have a hard time getting rid of things, but after I got the house painted, I was like, oh, everything got to go. All the
Yeah.
trash. Get rid of
Yeah, especially when you got to move things out of the way
it.
to
Yeah.
get stuff done. Then you really be like, well, why am I just go put all this mess right back?
Garbage. Look
You
at it. I
know?
opened the
Yeah,
closet.
yeah,
Oh, this is going to garbage. That going to garbage. I don't wear this no more. I'm not gonna waste my time with that. I threw it all out.
yeah.
Didn't even
And
ask
I,
no questions. I was like, mm-mm.
and
And
I
don't,
remember when
don't linger too on, because if you linger on and you like thinking
yeah,
about it,
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
find a reason to keep it. Yeah. And I remember when I was in B school, the one of our I think it was our marketing professor who talked about, like, he's like, if you got something in your closet and you ain't worn in a couple of years, you need to get rid of it because it should not be holding up real estate in your house. You know
not
what I
at
mean? He's
all.
like, you just need to let it go. It's a sunk cost, it's gone. Just let it go. It should not be holding up real estate like in your
It's
closet.
hard. It's
You
hard to
know?
get rid of those things. It's
Yeah, yeah.
hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
So we
So
kind
we having a lighthearted moment because it's gonna get a little heavy today, right? It's all kind of stuff going on, people
it's
in their feelings. So we just thought we'd talk about spring cleaning and decluttering before
beginning.
we start talking about the real stuff.
Ooh, the real stuff is just man,
It's a
man.
lot.
Whew.
They
Okay.
bringing out the icy and me because there's some things that they just sound better and more dramatic in Creole. So it's like, and I guess maybe Americans can find, like, if English, I should say, if English is your first language, you
Right.
can find a more dramatic English word to fit the occasion. But when English is your second language, even though it don't seem like it, English is my second language, right? The more dramatic word exists in Creole. And I'm
And
telling
it,
you some of the stuff.
and it sounds right. You
It's
know,
so, that Creole is what
boys,
you
that sounds
need
right.
to
It
make
sounds
that
right when you
point.
say, "Oh, packet bun, ten, ten, packet bun."
Ten, ten, zan, zak. Those
Woo!
words sound so much better.
It just flows. It
Zak,
flows.
zan, ten, ten.
Mm.
And then the names you want to call the people, right? That's doing all the zan, ten, ten, zak. They
Woo!
sound better in Creole too. You know what I mean? It's
Girl,
like,
that word
ooh,
shyloin is the best.
what? Them shallow please and all of that stuff, It's
I love
like,
it. I love it. I'm
you
telling you,
need you
it's
need
just
that
certain words.
Creole.
Packet bun makak. It just
Man.
flows. It just flows.
Oh, yo.
Listen, we're talking about, whoo, child. It's old white men. just yeah. I I don't know. I don't know.
The old ones, they don't know better or they don't care, right? And then the young ones, don't be following those dudes' leads. They about to set y'all up. With the nonsense they doing, they about to set y'all brothers up.
Let me just say that the 2016 election is so far reaching that the remnants of it is just, it's out of control.
We're going to be feeling it for a long time, boy.
Woo! Listen, Supreme Court justices, like, what are we doing?
What y'all doing? Y'all done lied to people?
What?
Y'all got them senators like, they lied to me though. I specifically remember asking them this particular question, and they gave me an answer that's very different from what's actually about to be going on now. I wonder if there's some consequences for that. They was impeaching presidents. I wonder if they can impeach some of these Supreme Court justices.
What is the process?
Monday, don't ask me. I should have looked it up. I should know better since I'm a lawyer. But that was just because you would think that that's one of those things that should never even be something that folks should have to think about or consider, right? So yeah, it was not front of mind. But I'm gonna have to look into that, and I don't know if the people are ballsy enough to do that anyway. But whoo, child.
Listen, the justices. You all are making decisions on women. Y'all ain't never gonna meet. Y'all, I don't. I can only say things in Creole because
this is one of those days that's like, it's like the patois or the ebonics is the only stuff that's going. It's like we need. This
is straight garbage.
This is like this is for the ebonics today, because all that proper English.
This whole show is for the streets. The whole show.
Listen, the proper English just don't suit this occasion because these people crazy.
So we abolishing. we gonna tell women that they can't have no abortions. Period. Okay.
Or maybe they gonna do it where maybe the decision, because I heard it was leaked. I ain't read it yet because I had other emotional stuff I needed to deal with before I started taking this one on, right? So maybe they're gonna just leave it up to the states, But we live in the South.
That ain't no better for us.
And a lot of Southern, I can almost assure you the Southern states that have already put some ridiculous laws on the book they gonna be there. They can't get there fast enough to implement legislation that's gonna be all up in women's personal business. That's just not their business.
And for the record, I have my own personal views of what I think about abortion, but it's none of my business what some other woman does in her privacy with her doctor and her significant other. Like, that is her business. I don't believe and I don't subscribe to imparting my feelings and what I feel is right on other people.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna have to agree to disagree. And when government comes in and makes decisions about something so personal, like it's personal. It's not even like something general and we need to be out here doing things. It's a personal decision. Yeah. And y'all coming in here making decisions on personal. I'm confused, Jesus.
And then if you want to, because there are, even like wherever you fall, there are some circumstances where you really should just give a person a choice about how they want to handle this, right? You know what I mean? Maybe some of the situations may not be as sympathetic for, maybe someone may not be sympathetic because they be like, all right, girl, you just need to go get that second job, or you should have been more careful, or whatever. If you want to be all judgmental and tell people what to do with their life, but there are some of these situations like, because they're not even on the same level. Some of them are on such a different level that you need to give this person, at least this person should have a choice in what it is that they should do with their body and how they should see the rest of their life going, right? As opposed to you, one person who ain't got nothing to do with nothing, making this kind of serious decision for somebody,
The thing is I'm going back to, it's a personal decision.
Yeah.
It's personal. I just don't understand how government can be part of personal decisions. It's personal. You up in my uterus? What you doing there? Why are you there?
To the point where you're gonna just let me die, right? Because you willing to just let me die,
or for some unforeseen reason, whatever traumatic experience.
Yeah, let me be traumatized for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying?
And then there's a whole list of consequences. Especially if someone if there's a pregnancy as a result of trauma. If there's a pregnancy as a result of trauma, now you're basically telling that person or forcing that person to continue on with a pregnancy that was forced upon them by trauma.
Or so or if it's gonna kill you, they're like I showed you this post and you said you had seen it circulating already. Somebody has an ectopic pregnancy where that's what you have to do. You know what I mean? That's what you have to do unless you just gonna die or risk your life.
Or you have a pregnancy with a child that their organs are not fully formed, their brains are smaller than their heads,
or not developing at all, developing at all.
What do you do? What do you do at this point? And again, my personal feelings about it is completely different. However, I do not and refuse to put how I feel on someone else. Yep. That's someone else's response. They have their own issues that they're dealing with. How dare I come and tell someone and say, "What are you doing? You shouldn't have."
And so some people may not know, but I have like techno babies, right? So I had to do IVF to have my kids. And one of the things that I had to sign off on, and I was like, but thank God I wasn't in this situation and I didn't have to make this decision. But because one of the things that they're talking about is like women who have to do fertility treatments, who have multiple embryos that fertilize, right? Certain doctors, when you go to them, they tell you that you have to agree to to do reduction, right? Because when you have multiples, the more that you have, the harder it is for the pregnancy to actually go full term. So one of the things that not all doctors, but some of the doctors say you have to agree to terminate and reduce it to 2. Right, you have to reduce it to 2. They'll figure out which one's the best ones, and you got to reduce it to 2. So imagine a woman who and mind you, you're spending money to have these children, and so you got to make some real tough decisions. So it appears as though the way this case or this decision is coming down is that a woman is gonna have to, like, if that's the way she has to decide to have her family, and she ends up, and I'm not mad at any of the women who have like 5, 6, 7, 8. Everybody ain't able, okay?
That's right.
So some people are able to have that many children and take them to term. We know those numbers are rare, but somebody may not be physically capable of doing that, or may not be. That might not be what they want. It's like, yeah, I wanted kids, but I didn't want 6 at one time. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And so that they should have that choice, and they're gonna take that choice away from them too. Like I said, fortunately for me, I didn't have to make that decision. I didn't have to make that decision, but I can imagine that women who are in that situation, who's like, I want to have these kids, but like, what if I'll make another point. So usually when you're over 38 and you're doing IVF, they put back more than 2, 3 embryos, right? They put in a bunch because the chances of all of them making it is usually not going to happen. So they put in probably about 5 to make sure you get about 2 or 3. So imagine this over 38-year-old person that the doctor thought, okay, let's put back 5, and all 5 and it's going to be very difficult for them to carry all of those embryos to term. And so you're going to tell her, like, all right, try with all 5 or lose your life or lose the whole pregnancy. And she doesn't get to make that choice. That should be up to that particular individuals. And again, there's other scenarios that where, people may be more sympathetic, but that's just one that I'm more familiar with. And like I said, I didn't have to make that choice, but I can imagine women who did, they would want to be able to make that decision. And if they decide to, take their chances and see if they could carry 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 babies over the age of 38. That should be their choice too. But it should be their choice to be able to reduce in order for them to have the higher chance of having a successful pregnancy. And the fact that the court is getting up all in this, I mean, it's
And the thing people need to understand is that if I understand it correctly, them overturning it, they overturn everything that has to do with abortion, right? Was that what I'm understanding?
So I'm understanding it to, like, so that basically that case don't exist anymore. They go back to what it was before. But I think part of that is that they allow the states to make that decision. I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm hoping this is like, it's up to the states, because not all states, there's some states that they're going to be like, come here, do what you got to do. But
right.
then, but not everybody's going to be able to travel someplace else to do that if they so happen to live in a state that doesn't allow it, right? So that's also going to, put a restriction on who can and who cannot do these types of things. So, I think they're going to, I hope, well, I don't know what I hope. I hope they just kind of leave it alone, well enough alone. But I suspect that it may be just that they're going to leave it up to certain states. And, we live in the South, so we already know what our state going to do. You know what I mean? When it comes to that. But I suspect, but then this is gonna get litigated anyway. So the Supreme Court is going to hear another case dealing with this issue next session, because they could put that decision out, and I just cannot see how they don't, how that case doesn't come back in front of them again.
And to be
that case is so they're going to deal with this case again, even if they do what they said they're going to do right now. That case will be back in front of them in another year or two.
To me, I feel like there's so many cases that the Supreme Court can look at that would be beneficial to the public. I believe that abortion should not have been any part in the Supreme Court in terms of women's bodies and what they do with them. We have pressing issues that cases that are pending, waiting to be looked at the Supreme Court, and this is the case that they felt like.
No, I mean, they got other cases that they're looking at, but this is just this is just the most high profile, shocking one that they got to deal with. They have other cases. I think they usually listen to about anywhere from 12 to 20 cases a session. So there are other cases that they're making decisions on. It's just that this one is the most like, oh my God, y'all, what y'all doing for real? So
ladies, I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm buenos saisissement. That's where I'm at. Okay, I'm in a state of bewilderment. I'm in a state of like, this is unbelievable. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to understand, how is it something so personal has to be governed by the government? I just can't get past that part. I just can't get past it. So now I just can't get past it. I'm sorry. I just can't get past it.
Yeah.
It's
and I'm telling you something, some of these dudes that thinking that they okay with this, they're not gonna be okay with this.
Well, and let's shift over. So this is a good segue to shift over. Democrats, what y'all gonna do? How y'all gonna use this information?
Y'all listen, they need to
ma'am.
They can't win with this. I don't know.
We talked about it on the phone earlier today. Let's discuss it.
So we can't have that conversation on like.
I know, but we can have the
way we had it on the phone.
we can have the party conversation. We can have the what needs to happen in the party and how they need to make sure that they use this.
Okay. So one of the things that I was saying, like during the last election cycle, is that part of the problem with Democrats is that they don't fight the fight they in.
No,
right? Like they fight. I don't know what fight they be fighting. I don't know what they be doing. But they're not dealing with what their reality is right now, right?
Absolutely.
And the same way Republicans basically took information, capitalized on it, and was able to like win.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to pimp this information, whatever you want to call it, pimp it, explain it, use it, whatever the word is. But this right here seems to be like an issue that they can take to the victory line in November 2022 during these midterm elections. Because I'm telling you, it's a whole bunch of folks, no matter what their politics is publicly, privately, they be like, listen,
hey,
our 13-year-old come up, whatever, I need to do that. Listen, if my kid ends up pregnant for their daddy, I need to do something about that.
Ma'am.
If they get pregnant for their uncle, I need to do something about that.
Ma'am.
And some of these same dudes who got a wife and a girlfriend,
okay,
when they find out their girlfriend, they're gonna be like, listen, you ain't got to go blow up my family. You need to handle that. You understand what I'm saying? So they're doing this. So this is happening. And I don't think some of the folks who are making those decisions are really looking at what this really means, right? Like what the consequences of it mean. Because when we were talking yesterday, we talked about how some people, they just want to win the fight, right? Like they get into this fight and they just want to win. Right. They're not paying attention to like, okay, so if I do win, what does me winning look like, right? So I don't think I think they got so caught up in like, I just want to win this, that they didn't take a time, they're not taking the right amount of time to look like what winning looks like, right? It's like, oh no, we're gonna do this, we're gonna get this overturned, blah 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 blah. They got caught up in the winning and spent all the money and all the investments or whatever to realize that what they probably just won was a pile of caca. You know what I'm saying? So like a whole big pile of caca. That's what they won, So yeah,
so talking about winning and not looking what like.
Yeah, that's not how that Creole sounds better than the English. The English would have been good too, but
it just sounds beautiful.
Caca for real.
Talking about winning and not knowing what that looks like. I'm gonna back up a little bit to the 2016 election and that 55%.
Ooh, child.
55%. The women, white women. 55% of y'all.
Some of y'all gotta have some regrets today.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
You wanted.
I don't know what the percentage is.
So bad, but here is what you got. And I'm gonna go out on a limb. It'd be the 55% that be getting the abortions, not necessarily.
Oh, so I ain't gonna go so far and say that's them and mainly them, but I suspect some of them is they dealing with some regret right now because you can't tell me you're okay with this.
55%, ladies, you all can't be comfortable with people making decisions for
that kind of decision for you, right? Because again, in that post that's circulating, right, one of the things they talk about is like the different reasons why women make these decisions, right? And for some folks, they'd be like, what, just because you don't want to work and just because the man left you don't want to, but that's up to that person to make that decision about what's their quality of life is going to be, right? 55%. Y'all fall in one of them categories.
So
y'all gotta have some regret today.
What y'all gonna do? Listen, 55%. Election is coming up. We're in midterm elections right now, and I have to tell you, 55%. The same way you all gung ho
had all that energy.
You may want to do all that energy during your midterm elections with your senators and your governors.
Get them people out your life. Get them out your life. They do not have to stay.
Too. 55%.
Yep.
This is what we doing, 55%.
And even if this gonna be one of them laws where they're gonna be going back and forth and flip-flopping on what they're gonna do, let it be that. You can't let these people keep their job and this is what they're trying to do. They about to wreck your life.
They basically telling you a woman don't know better. We're gonna make decisions for her. That's basically what it is. You 55%. I'm talking to you directly. You are
y'all. This on y'all right here.
This on y'all. Y'all decided 55% of y'all decided in 2016 that that's what you wanted to get, and what you wanted to get has produced this foolery today. Okay, 55%. So I'm talking to you directly to y'all. So y'all decided that y'all was gonna be gung ho. Okay, in 2016, and here we are now. Your daughters, your sisters, your cousins,
sister, friend, your own self, probably.
Now you ain't got no
self.
And you can't do nothing about what's going on with you.
You got to be taking some trips somewhere.
You can't make this. You're not you. This is, and you all should.
You can make some decisions, but you got to take a trip and go somewhere and make that decision.
You all should be offended. You should be offended that white old men will sit there.
There's some young ones doing it too.
Say it again? What you say?
It's some of them young white dudes doing that too, but this a white dude shit. Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying. Listen, clearly. Let me tell you something. Every woman understand what we talking about, okay? Because this is straight foolery.
This is some straight up white boy stuff right here. And I know some. I went to a very white school, so I know a whole bunch of white boys. Okay, I went to all my schools was white, so I know a whole bunch of white boys. And I know there's just like they be like, oh, it's some fine black people, it's some real good black. I know some real good white boys out there. But this right here, this is some foolish white boy stuff that they just did, and they gonna live to regret this too. They are going to live to regret this too. I'm telling you, y'all don't want this smoke of no Roe v. Wade. I'm telling you, y'all ain't ready for that.
I don't want it.
Y'all don't want it.
I don't want it.
But you don't really want it. You got caught up in winning the fight. Okay, so say you want to be like, all right. So I know I can win and just let that go. Let that go, because you're not looking at what you just won. You don't look what you're not looking at what winning looks like. Winning ain't cute.
55%. Y'all was gung ho. I'm putting it squarely on your shoulders, ladies, because y'all went all out in 2016, only to come back in 2022 to know that you ain't got no choice over your body. None. If your state says no abortion, period, we don't care what the situation is.
You ought to take a road trip somewhere.
You on your own. Texas, Florida, all of them have no exception rules.
Georgia, Alabama, the whole South.
They have no exception. Majority of the southern states have no exceptions for
Oklahoma is up in there.
None. When they were debating some of these abortion legislations or whatever, they would ask, okay, well, what about if the person is raped, whatever? They have nothing.
They're like, nope,
nothing.
No exceptions.
No exceptions.
So they want these girls to have their daddy and their uncle baby. I'm telling you, y'all, this is crazy.
Or their brother's baby. It's telling you, it's foolery. Foolery. And to have a woman go through trauma and be forced to carry if it results in a pregnancy and they're forced to carry that pregnancy.
Yeah, if it's her choice, because there are in situations where women have made that choice, it's their choice.
They have the choice to make the decision if they want to or not. I am still floored by how such a personal decision is governed by the state. I'm floored. I'm floored. 55%, y'all. I blame y'all. I completely blame y'all.
Brittany's in a comment. Brittany says vote them out, and she said something about like, why do women need a good enough reason to access a medical procedure? It is a medical procedure. Can we apply the logic of ED? Oh, that's erectile dysfunction meds. Do you man have a good enough reason to have an erection?
Exactly. She's absolutely right.
And I think they find a way to get that paid for. They could get a prescription for it and use it. And
can I tell you, listen to the radio early in the morning when you're going to work on all the radio stations. It's nothing but erectile dysfunction
ads.
They inundate the ads. I have yet to hear of an ad for a woman, and let's say her libido is low. Do they have something like that for us? And like all you hear is all of that. And to me, it's like, and she's right. It is a medical procedure. But why is it the government's business? Like, it's none of your business. What you over here for? What are you over here for? Like, what are you over here for? Why is that your business? I just don't understand. Like, I'm floored. I'm floored. Seriously. But 55% of y'all ran to the polls in 2016.
Y'all could have lied to those guys. Y'all lied to them about that other stuff. Be lying about headaches, so you could have lied about who you voted for. They can't verify, so you know what you needed to do then. Y'all out here trying to make that man happy, and look what they doing to you now.
Okay,
and don't care about your happiness,
and don't lose any sleep at night.
And you know, it's some petty dude that's mad about something that because for instance, I think the guy in Texas that I think the person in Texas that wrote the abortion law in Texas, they said, dude, like he had some experience with some woman and he real petty like that. So he took his pettiness to this level to the point where he's affecting everybody because he mad at one woman. He mad at one woman, so he about to just go just wreck the lives of all others that ain't got nothing to do with that chick that got him mad. You know what I'm saying? So
55%. Man, I can't get off the 55%. Y'all ran to the polls in 2016, and this is the garbage you got in return for your vote. This is what you got in return for your vote.
Some of y'all, I mean, maybe I ain't gonna say all 100% of the 55% is waking up with regret today, but it's y'all got some regrets because it's literally as soon as and mind you, the decision hasn't even came out. It just got a copy of it got leaked, right? So who knows if they're gonna be doing some modifications before it actually gets published. right? But people were already setting up protests. I know there was a press conference that happened in downtown Fort Lauderdale yesterday. A lot of the people from the party and different organizations and elected officials were out there standing in solidarity for women and everything like that. So people are already, I mean, like I said, the decision isn't even published yet, and they're already out here like, what y'all about to do? So this is gonna get litigated. I suspect that whatever decision they make this session, they're gonna have the same issue in front of them that they will not be able to ignore, because there's gonna be so much conflict with the states and how they're interpreting this, that this case is gonna be right back in their face in another year, 2 maximum, for them to make some sort of different decisions about what they did today, right? Because the courts can get it wrong, right? You get people who are really supposed to follow the law, but they're allowing their personal feelings and their personal agenda to get into their to influence their decisions. Again, that is not supposed to happen, right? And any judge that's trying to get a job is going to tell you that they're not allowed, that they would not do that. But clearly, and I'm gonna use the word clearly, that this is what happened. People are using either their personal experience or the people who funded them or supported them or gave them, got the right kind of backing. Because I think I saw this an article about, there's some Christian organizations that pretty much promoted Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. Like, they put a lot of money behind getting those folks on the bench, right? Like, they put a lot of money behind it. So they, those judges are not supposed to be bought and paid for. They are. Because they're doing this, that gives the impression that they were bought and paid for.
Sure was.
And that was one of the things that came up during Ketanji Brown Jackson's hearing, where they're talking about how, like, people are spending money to put out this information and this should not be happening and whatever. But it's happening, and it happened, and we're seeing the consequences of it. We got those folks that's putting money behind judges, which is crazy. We got that 55%, which I hope a lot of y'all got some regret this morning, and you're gonna put that regret to work to try to do something about this. You know what I mean? And then I think those dudes who's making this decision, y'all just was trying to win, and y'all didn't pay attention to what winning looks like, because winning ain't cute right now.
It sure ain't. And let me tell you something, Democrats. Like, y'all better seize the moment, carpe diem.
Y'all better be like 60 in November, so y'all can do
that should be the slogan.
Whatever. 60 in November.
That should be the slogan.
60 in November.
And you need to make sure you have uteruses all over your pamphlets when you're giving them out, and letting people know this is what's going on.
You need 60 in November.
This is what's going on. This is what's going on. This is straight garbage. Absolute, unadulterated foolery.
Yeah, I cannot imagine this not being back in their face in another year or two. It's gonna be back, because this. Come on, what y'all doing? This gonna be back in their face.
I can't. But then we were focusing on her emails, though. We were focusing on Hillary's emails, and we had a whole dragon ready to destroy everything that we hold dear. Hot mess. 55%. I blame y'all. I sure do. Y'all ran to the polls on a whiff and a dream, okay? And then here you go. Your nightmare has commenced, okay? So by the end of June, we should know for sure what the Supreme Court justices are going to say. And at the end of June, 55%, y'all got you can still, in my opinion, you can still save face, and you can still make a significant difference if we go 60 in November, 60 in the Senate House in November, and then we take over. Like, y'all need to just understand that at this point is no longer about party affiliation. Okay. At this point, it's government basically telling a woman how she can and cannot have a baby, if she can and cannot have a baby, and you have no say.
Yep.
No say.
So my phone blowing up over here.
Explain,
because they're like, ooh, ladies, y'all over here just thinking these people got some sense, but they always about white supremacy and protecting white womanhood. So
let me highlight my shirt, because I want to make people understand, because this is where I'm at. See, I'm made with melanin, and I'm always popping, and I'm always popping because us. We know the deal. Can you break it down? You want the text message that you got, or do you want me to break it down? Because I got the same text message.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, there's no regret. So I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna have to keep hope alive. And I need to believe that some of the 55% has like some regret and remorse for making that decision.
I don't,
you know, and this is partly why, right? So I never remember how to really tell this story, but it's something to the effect of like, you know, they came for the black people and everybody stand aside. They came for the Jewish people and everybody stand aside because they're like, yo, they ain't bothering me. But now they like straight up came for these white women. So they like, wait, y'all was messing with them other people though. You know what I'm saying? Like now y'all messing with us. So that's why I want to say that there's a little bit of remorse and they're going to do something because this is, listen, I'm not saying this no affect other nationalities, but this is straight up your white ladies. they messing with them for real in their face. And that's why I'm going to say that, you know, yes, that was, you know, they knew Trump was a a-hole. He was incompetent. He was unfit. He was a liar. He discriminated against people. He didn't like black people. He didn't like nobody else, but he always liked white women. You know what I'm saying? So now that, you know, his, whatever he did is like straight up affecting them, then that's why I think they're going to do a little something. I think because this is again, this affects all women, but this is
no, abortion is a white
this affects everyone, but I'm telling you, I think this affects white women more than anybody else because I went to a hood high school, grew up straight hood. Listen, 2 of my best friends had kids in middle school, okay? And their parents are like, whatever, you having them babies. You understand what I'm saying? So this is nobody else's story. I'm telling you, this is what I know, what I saw, kids that I grew up with, that I talk to now, that the mamas had them in middle school, okay? So their parents are like, you having a what? No, you ain't. You about to have this baby. So that's why for me, I think those 55% white women, some of them is living with some regret today because this right here is they watched everybody else getting picked on and trampled on and all this other stuff, and they ain't do nothing, but now they came for them. So I think they're gonna do something.
I don't agree. I feel
you
like
don't agree with me.
I don't
think the white people gonna do nothing. The white women gonna do nothing.
I don't agree. Some of them have regret. I don't. I believe. I believe, because I concur with the text message that I got. I do believe, and I don't know if he wants me to say his name.
No, don't say that. Don't say their name.
But they vote their whiteness over their womanhood, and I completely agree with that.
Oh yeah.
Completely agree with that.
I agree with that too.
I completely, wholeheartedly agree with that. And I sit here listen, when the 2016 thing happened, the 55% came out. Were we talking at the time? Did we talk?
No.
Okay. No. We talked about it afterwards.
I was depressed. I had to make myself get out of bed. I was like, girl, you gotta get up.
Can I tell you?
I couldn't believe it. I had to turn the TV on. I thought that was a bad dream. I didn't believe it.
Listen, you ain't the only one. You ain't the only one.
I ain't go to work or nothing.
My heart dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I was over it already, but
I wasn't over it. I was devastated.
I'm just saying, 55%. You all chose your whiteness, your white privilege, your white men, your white everything.
But those white people just told them that they don't give a F about them. Ain't that like, isn't that what is the white dudes just gave them a message that they don't give a F about them?
But here's the thing. They know the white man don't care about them. They know. That's how I feel.
Well, at least I think the white dude used to like publicly pretend that he did. Because if you watch all these movies and all these shows, they always trying to protect white women. So I think publicly he used to pretend, but right now he's like, chick, I don't care about you neither.
You had a blubbering fool who became Chief Justice and was straight up disrespectful during his confirmation. And crying.
He's not Chief Justice, he's just one of the justices. You talking about Kavanaugh, crazy self. And so I need his baby mamas to show up. I need his baby mamas from college to show up. And I need some of the girls who got rid of his babies to come and show up. Because it's some of them out there.
Oh, it's a bunch.
He's a baby mama or somebody out there.
It's a bunch.
It's somebody out there. Baby mama or somebody that got rid of a baby. Y'all need to show up now. I'm sorry, I was talking over you.
That's okay. No, it's okay. You know what's worse? 55%. Y'all have men that have side chicks, right? You know about the side chicks. And the minute the side chick get pregnant, you demand your husband to make sure she gets an abortion. 55%. I blame you. Okay, you won't have that.
There was one elected official who got his side chick pregnant, and she wanted to have a baby. He slipped something in her drink and made her lose the baby.
Sure did. Sure did. So now, see, you see the snowball.
I wonder if he get charged with murder under these new RoevWade law if he put something in her drink. I wonder, because he out here killing people now, right? Because they,
this is why it's gonna blow up in their face, right? You see the snowball effect. You see it, like you were so busy running to be what you wanted to be, whatever winning looks like. Now you have all this, because there's a slew of cases that I know not even has any, even before we thought that Roe v. Wade was going to be overturned, where you have men who slipped their women things that didn't want to have babies with them. Okay, there's documentation. There are cases right now today. Mm-hmm. So what happens with that?
That got to be a felony. That got to be some kind of crime. Y'all better watch what y'all putting in. I'm telling you. So Brittany's asking, so she wants to know, if she thinks if the 55% even support abortion, and some of them do, but is it a lot? I think it was a whole bunch of them. I don't think that 55% was as conservative as people think. That there was no. I don't think they were as conservative as people think. I think it's a whole bunch of that educated women who knew better that voted for that dude because they were mad at Hillary for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And I didn't realize how many people didn't like Hillary. Mm-hmm. When I started teaching, I was teaching before, but I started teaching at another school, and we were talking about her, and I'm like, y'all really don't like her. I didn't know people ain't really like her like that, So I think a whole bunch of them 55% people, believe in choice, but they either hated Hillary that much or hated Bill for whatever reason, or their husbands was happy with Trump and they figured how bad could he really be, because they didn't have the vision to see how bad he could really be. And I don't think all those 55% conservative women. I think there's a lot of women with sense who allowed the fact that they didn't like Hillary to get in the way, or they thought their man would be, and they couldn't imagine how bad Trump was going to be, and they made that terrible decision.
Here's the thing: 55%.
She said some of the 55% sat out the 2016, and that was a mistake too. They shouldn't have did that either. For you to think that Trump was an option over Hillary, to me is that's stunning. I can't. I just don't even understand.
I just want to say 55%. Now, since we're here, because we can't go back. We here. Since we're here, you can save face if you decide.
I make this right.
Okay. You can save face if you decide, right, to make it right by making sure you come out in full force in these midterm elections, and make sure that we have 60 people in the Senate, regardless.
Democrats in the Senate.
Democrats, but you want 60 to make legislation to protect.
Yeah, so in case they want to do that whole filibuster thing, they could do it,
I'm just saying, y'all want to say 55%.
60 in November, 61 just to
y'all gonna have to move on.
Or is it 67? I don't know what the number is, but we need over 60.
What I need y'all to do is focus in these midterm elections, because
even Cinema had something to say about this.
Okay. Hustley behind. She sure did come out and say something.
She even had something to say. I was about to say she cock blocking, but I said this like a hood. This got to be the hood episode today. Okay. So with all of the foolery she was doing, she was like, so she didn't think this. She didn't think the country needed any bridges and roads, and she didn't think people needed
healthcare
and all of that, right?
Healthcare or medical, medical insurance.
People needed unemployment. She didn't think they needed a Medicaid, Medicare for all. But she was like, so y'all finna do what now? She actually had something to say about this, and they had nothing to say about all the other stuff that was going to make the lives of American people better. So I'm telling you, there's these white women that's out here with some regret, man. They got Cinema to come out and make a statement.
And from your lips to the 55% ears, because if you all do truly have regrets, okay, If you truly,
and I know y'all protect, and y'all protect y'all choose your whiteness, because I'm telling you, if I walk in the room and they tell me to choose between being black and being a woman, I'm gonna choose black all day, every day.
All day, every day, 24/7.
So, I'm gonna just let you know.
24/7.
I'm picking black every day.
All day.
So
24/7. I get it. But however, we're here. Okay, we're here. So now 55%. I'm a ask.
Y'all better fix it.
I'm gonna ask that
I'm telling them.
If there's some small
indication
that you all have regret that this midterm election should be. Listen, I feel like the Democrats
need to win by a landslide.
Listen, if Democrats don't use this to crush Ron DeSantis,
that's where the campaign ads. They need to be campaign ads all over the place.
If Democrats don't use this to crush Ron DeSantis,
exploited people, whatever, fight the fight you in.
Ron DeSantis he should not win this governorship election. He should
not at all. Not at all.
No way he should.
Nope.
Y'all need to come on.
I don't care how much money he got. I heard he got like $105 million now, but whatever. Let him take that money and go retire somewhere with it.
That $105 million doesn't turn into 105 million votes, right? You could do what you want, but at the end of the day, this is the same the same governor who's looking in 2024 to be president. Okay,
that ain't gonna happen.
I'm gonna tell y'all right off rip.
That ain't gonna happen.
Not only that, but Democrats, there's no way he should win. Not with this, this Supreme Court decision. There's no way he should not
win Florida. No.
And if he wins,
I mean, he doing so many things. He got so many reasons why he shouldn't win. He out here messing with Mickey. He out here like willing to make those people in Osceola and Orange County foot a $1 billion bill because he mad because of what? You know what I'm saying? He in his feelings. One of the things I used to say in 2016 before 45 won was that petty people can't be president, right? Like we should not allow petty people to. And I could be a little petty. I like petty every now and then, but like when petty is always your go-to position, no, you can't have all that power. You can't give petty people all that power. He is King Petty. Okay,
he is all about petty because I don't understand how York State is going to hell in a handbasket, but you have time to fight with Mickey Mouse. You got time to fight with this.
And your fight with Mickey Mouse is going to give your voters more problems. You about to just give them more problems because you picking that fight.
As if we don't have real issues in Florida that we need you to tackle today.
You know, when they can't deal with the real issues, they just do it's just all distractions.
It boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. And I'm telling you, Ron DeSantis, you don't want the Disney smoke. You sit here running behind me.
Come on, man. He already don't want the Disney smoke. He know he don't want the Disney smoke. And then the people who was standing behind him, them dudes is like, well, I think we kind of messed up. So they backing off that Disney smoke.
Y'all just have none but time. Not time. Y'all just listen. Midterm elections is people. Y'all need to be paying attention. You hear me?
Need to vote blue.
He got
and y'all better and listen in Georgia. Y'all better make sure Stacey Abrams win.
Okay,
I'm telling you, Georgia, y'all better make sure Stacey Abrams is y'all governor because if y'all let that Kemp dude stay. I don't know where y'all better because at least no matter what the Supreme Court say. Go ahead.
The senator in Georgia who's running again? The black senator.
Oh, Warnock.
Y'all better make sure
Warnock is running against Herschel Walker.
Don't bring his name up. Warnock better keep his seat. Y'all better make sure he keep his seat. We ain't got time to. And Marjorie Taylor Greene up for re-election too.
No, but she might not even be able to be on the ballot because she out here talking about she don't know what happened during the insurrection, right? So listen, that lady. Okay.
I listen. I'm just saying, people. We're in crisis mode.
We're smarter than this. That's what I'm gonna say. We're smarter than this.
Because we're smarter.
These people keep acting like y'all stupid.
We smarter than this. Y'all should be offended. Y'all should be offended. You should be offended that we're here today waiting on a decision on women's personal business, women's personal.
Listen, I'm offended that they got me talking about this junk for 50 minutes.
Girl,
yo, I wanted to talk about some other stuff today, and then the people came out with foolishness.
Yeah, I mean, what y'all doing? What we doing? What are we doing?
Like, we do not have enough information to simply vote. What do you mean? Simply vote on what? I don't understand, Brittany. Tell me what you're talking about, because we know who we need to get rid of.
We know what we need to give it. And the information is right there for everyone to see. Let me tell you something. When you look at somebody and the way they believe, the way they do whatever, believe them. When they ask,
once they show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them. When they show you who they are, believe them. That is Ron DeSantis. That's who he is. That's who he is. This is a man who has his poor wife has cancer, got her walking around here with no mask on.
No mask on.
Come on, sir. Come on, sir. You're just a whole clown. Just a whole clown. Like I hate to reduce. I hate to.
Yeah, we don't like to do the name calling, but I think when it fits, because it's like a lot of times when you resort to name calling, it's like, oh, you don't have nothing intellectual, you don't have nothing to say if you got to reduce to calling people names. But we done said a lot, and I think all of what we said add up to him being a clown.
He's a whole clown on my cock. On my cock. It's like, and that fits really well. It just flew off my tongue, girl. I mean, like, it's just, I don't understand. It's just like, listen, 55%, I was going to try to stay clear, y'all, but I just couldn't hold it back. Because if it wasn't for you over here running down in 2016, we wouldn't have these conservative judges who were backed by Christian organization. And there's nothing wrong with Christian organizations because I'm a Christian. However, they should not have a voice. Or not even a voice. They should not have a place.
No, they're fake Christianing over there.
I'm just saying.
I'm not trying to judge them, but their conduct is like fake Christian behavior.
I'm just saying. I don't understand. And the irony of all of this is that we have issues with childcare. We have issues with education. Education is at the bottom of the total.
Rent's too damn high.
And the rents, we have all these issues. We have a whole bunch of kids in foster care. A whole bunch of sitting waiting to be adopted. But to help, we're bursting at the seams in those areas, but we don't want y'all to not have babies either. That's what we're doing.
They on some foolery. And the 55% of these conservative people who remember when George Bush was running in 2004, he kept talking about gay marriage. He's like, we don't gay marriage over white, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what happened in was that 06 or 07?
I think it was 07.
It was 07. Everybody can get married now. So no, it was actually 06 because I think it was 7 years this year. So it might have been 07. Yes, whatever it was during his presidency, all of a sudden, all gay people get married. So don't fall for this okie doke, because at the end of the day, they're doing things. You got to let people live, right? You got to let people live and let them be who they are. So people who want to be in relationships, you can't tell them who to be with. You can't tell them who to love. I mean, you could tell them, but you telling them ain't going to change the fact that that's who they're going to love and that's who they're going to be with, right? So you can go keep trying to tell women that they got to have babies they don't want, but you ain't going to be able to make them have babies that they don't want. They're going to find a way to not have babies that they don't want. And if they end up having babies that they don't want, then now you're going to have a sister that's overwhelmed, because you can't make that lady keep that baby. Now you can make her deliver it. But you can't so this is pure foolishness. So 55%. I'm on. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm on your neck because that's not nice. But I'm telling you, I'm being your face, because y'all need to vote these clowns out because they came for y'all today, right? And I understand you love you. Listen, I love brothers to a fault, and they be doing me dirty sometimes too, but I still love them. Mm-hmm. But it's certain things I ain't gonna let them do to me. So you can keep loving those white guys, but then white guys just showed you who they are. They just told you they don't give a F about you. Mm-hmm. And so you gotta stop letting them disrespect you like that. At least hold on to your dignity and your self-respect right now. Just be like, all right, bro, I'm gonna love you from a distance, but I'm not gonna keep letting you play me. Now, some other dude might be able to play you because he ain't show you who he is yet, right? But these guys that are here now, they done showed you who they are. They showed you what they're capable of doing, so you can't keep letting them play you. All right, so 55%. I need y'all to fix this. Get this right and get them out of here.
Call Ileana so she can help you fix it. Because I'm telling you right off rip, this ain't gonna work for us.
These dudes done showed you who they are. They showed you what they're capable of doing. They showed you that they don't respect you. They showed you that they don't love you. So you need to get them out of there and let them go.
55%. And then if you're not clear, you can go find you a black female friend. We have no problem having a conversation with you and telling you what needs to happen.
They need to go talk to that other 45%. They need to go talk to them because I got other stuff to do.
45%. We have that on lock, right?
Yeah.
We have it on lock.
They need to go talk to them because they got some friends in the 45% who probably tried to tell them and they weren't listening.
They want to hear.
Go talk to your 45% friends again and.
Huddle up with the 45%. We don't have any.
Don't come to me as a last resort. Don't come to me first. Go to your 45% friends. No, don't come to me first. I got a lot going on. I'm black in America. I got a lot to do already.
It looks good. You might want to ask a black woman if that's what it.
Listen, black women got enough to do. We got a lot on our plate. Come to us as the last resort. Go talk to your 45% friends first
and fix it. Well, all I'm saying, y'all need to fix it.
Go talk to them first, and if as a last resort, if you got to come to me, I'm gonna talk to you because I can hold the burden. I'm gonna talk to you. But I want you to go to your 45% friends first.
Them
they know better. I think they tried to tell you and you didn't listen. So go listen to them.
No, you want to be under your little white, blue-eyed
well, we ain't gonna talk about no icon. We ain't finna diss dudes like that.
Blue-eyed,
who they are,
brown, whatever. I'm just
capable of.
You saw what they do. They told you y'all should be so offended to the point that you come out in droves in this midterm election.
Well, Brittany gonna take it on.
Offended. I'm just saying, y'all should be offended because this right here. I mean, y'all need to get it together.
Y'all better get it together because this right here is stupid.
Garbage.
This is
garbage. Y'all sitting here letting it garbage. Garbage.
Brittany said she's gonna talk to the 55%. Thank you, Brittany. We need you to do that. And she said, like, she's her comment is like, have the voters not seen enough from Florida GOP? Yes, they should have, right? The redistricting, they trying to, I don't know what they trying to do to the map. Well, we know what they're trying to do, but hopefully they won't be able to get away with it. The Disney, I mean, we talked about Disney is ridiculous. The criminal race theory, like, I don't even want to get at no energy because that's a more pure nonsense right there. You know what I mean? These woke legislation, we out here legislating feelings. That's some more foolishness. Everything this man doing is just dumb and stupid. It's gonna get litigated. Ain't none of it's gonna hold up. So get rid of him because we got real serious stuff to deal with.
You know what he thought?
We ain't got no time to be dealing with DeSantis and whatever nonsense comes in his head that morning.
You know what he thought? He thought by putting all that legislation out there, distracting the white women. That's your same man, ladies. 55%. All these white legislators, these white men making decisions for you, had y'all all distracted, thinking they were doing something.
And they came with y'all,
and then end up turning the tables on you, making you look stupid.
All the way stupid. And you should not tolerate that. Don't let that man keep treating you like that.
Don't roll over and let that
man keep treating you like that, sis.
Don't sit and simmer and stew and be upset. You need to make sure you strategically plan this midterm election. You pick out.
He not gonna see who you voted for. Okay? They ain't gonna know. It's your secret. It is your secret, sis.
All day.
It's your secret. You go in there by yourself.
Okay.
Right? You go there by yourself with your black pen to bubble in. He ain't gotta know what you did. You lie to him about some whole bunch of stuff. You know you got them Amazon box in the back of the closet.
Okay.
You don't know.
You can
every now and then, and you told him you been had it, and it came yesterday.
You can do the same thing when you vote.
Do that same thing about that vote.
Buy them Louis Vuitton shoes and purses, and you leave
Gucci boots.
All of that. If you can sneak and do all of that and be Amazon rich, honey, you can go into the ballot box.
And he ain't there with you. He ain't gonna see it, girl. You know what to do.
55%. Y'all just
I'm not asking, I'm telling for real. Y'all need to go ahead and fix this.
On your shoulders. Put it squarely.
Fix this. He ain't gonna know. You had an Amazon box and y'all got a Ring camera and you managed to hide that stuff. You gonna tell me you can't not tell him who you voted for and he not even there to see you do it? Girl, please.
Okay, please.
You're right.
And not only that or whatever. How many times have you done told your man so many foolery just to keep him going on some other nonsense or whatever? So you can't say the same thing with what
yes, girl.
Even or when you're you know what and you faking it the whole time.
Yeah.
Why can't you fake it when you go to the doggone what you call it? What does he have to know? To me, you all knew, you were educated people. 55%, you understood the assignment, but what you did instead was go in and vote your skin
your duties
rather than vote for you. Okay, so now you realize, now you see
he treated you bad. Don't let this man do this to you again.
Now you see that what's important to you is
not important to him. At least the ones that's here. And some other cool white dudes out there. Go pick another one. don't stick with this one. Yeah. I'm not saying you want to keep choosing your whiteness, sis. Go ahead. But just don't let that white dude disrespect you anymore. No more. Find another one.
No more.
Another one that's not part of the GOP.
I'm just saying.
Find another one.
I'm just saying. Listen.
Don't keep letting these dudes stay and dog you out like this.
The 55%,
they're gonna come for your live kids right now. They messing with the ones you ain't even had yet. They gonna come for the ones you got. So
I'm just saying, your sisters, your nieces, your aunts, your cousins, your best friend, your godmamas, all of that. All of these women are now vulnerable to this foolery because y'all ran to the polls in 2016.
Y'all run again in 22 and run them out.
50,
we also got Marco Rubio. He got to go too. He ain't all the way white. You know what I'm saying? He kind of Hispanic white, but Val Demings is coming for him.
Right.
And remember we told y'all we need at least 60 in November in the Senate, so we need y'all to send Val Demings to Washington. She's there as a rep, but we need y'all to send her as a state senator from Florida.
She needs to go there.
We need Val.
Marco Rubio has overstayed his welcome.
Listen, he done showed you he ain't about nothing.
He ain't about nothing.
He ain't about nothing.
He
punked out. So they were about to name. We talked about this a little bit last week. They were going to name the courthouse, a federal courthouse in Tallahassee, Florida, over one of the first Black Supreme Court justices. And because they some dude from Georgia said something about that, the guy had voted against prayer in schools like some time ago, that they just disregarded his whole entire legacy based on that particular case and didn't name the building after him. And mind you, they make that statement without putting it within context, right? They don't even put it in context. Because remember, we go to schools with people of all different religions. We go to school with people that don't have no religion. And so you can't have everybody praying, and that's not everybody's religion. And that's the reason why that decision came out that way, because you have Muslims, Hindus, atheists, agnostics, all different kind of kids in school. So no, you can't make them pray to Jesus if that ain't what they do. That's why that decision came out. And Rubio and Rick Scott allowed them to say, okay, we're not going to name the building after this guy, even though that judge did what he was supposed to do in court. Like, it's not about your personal feelings. You do what the law tells you need to do, and that's what the law was requiring him to do. And they used it against him, and he poked out, and now the building won't be named after, I think his name is Hatchet or something like that. I can't remember the name right now. They won't be able to name the building after him. So yeah, Rubio got to go. Val Demings in 22.
And just based on that story, there's just based on
the Senate
with people's religion and all that other stuff. It goes back to the same thing with abortion. Those who have strong religious ties will not have an abortion.
It's not all religions. It might be Christianity, but there are other religions that allows abortions. It's not every religion that doesn't allow it.
I know, but what I'm saying is that in terms of choice, women making their own choice, why government should not be part of this conversation. It's because regardless of what you think or however you feel, those people who you represent, who the Republicans represent in terms of Christianity or whatever, they've already made a decision that that's not something they're going to choose to do. My point is that there shouldn't be any discussion, none whatsoever, zero discussion with what a woman does with her body, period. Period. And 55%, I'm gonna keep my foot on your necks because I blame you.
We're gonna put our foot on their necks. We just gonna keep encouraging them. We're gonna nudge them.
I'm
encourage them strongly.
Well, I'm gonna keep the pressure on. Let me take the neck part out. I'm gonna keep the pressure
do that.
And the pressure's on you. Make it right. Fix it. Fix it in the midterm elections. You all need to come out in your 55% drove, 55% strong, and let these white men know that you see them and you're not accepting that foolery. Period.
So Tamiko's like, what is this 55%? She came in late. That's them women that helped Trump get elected in 2016.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Tamiko.
55% of white women voted for him.
That's who we talking about. 55%. I just call
part of the reason that we're here.
White educated women on top of that. It's
better.
Sad. It's sad. It's sad. Y'all white and y'all educated and y'all still you all. So that means you all understood the assignment, right? And chose to muck it up anyway. Fix it. 55%. Fix it. This all squarely falls on your shoulder. Come out in midterm elections 55% strong and let the white men know that and under no circumstances do they get to make any decisions on your body. Period. That's what you all need to do. That's all you need. That's what you need to do. 55%. Fix it. All right. So we're gonna wind down because we spent an hour and 5 minutes
as we should
discussing 55% and their foolery. And we've had enough. We have.
So the judge was, his last name was Hatchett. It was Joseph Hatchett. I did get the last name right. So they backed off and they won't be naming the building after him. Yeah.
All because he did his job.
He did his job and he did it right, and he let his personal feelings get in the way.
Oh, listen, fix it. They need to fix it. Fix it. Call Ilyana, ask her to help y'all to fix it and how to use your words. Fix it.
Go talk to your 45% friends.
Yeah.
Let them get you right.
You all huddle up. 55 and 45, y'all huddle up. Make some decisions.
Over some wine. Let them. So the 45%, I'm gonna need to let them express their feelings. And then get them right. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're gonna be hurt. Give them some food. Give them a little drink, and let them talk them through it, and then explain to them that it's okay to break up with these dudes that didn't treat them right.
Ladies,
breaking up is hard to do, but it's a necessary thing.
And you don't have to necessarily leave your man. What you need to do is make sure they understand. You ever seen the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Oh, I did. She had like 26 cousins.
Okay, do you remember the part when the mother, when the daughter says, "But mom, how are we gonna get dad to do it or whatever?" She says, in the thing or whatever, in the snake, as the snake, she says even though the snake has a head, but I'm the neck. The neck turns the head around or whatever, stuff like that. 55%. You could learn something from that show. You could learn how that you still can maintain your man and do what's right.
Okay. All right. So there's the Broward Democratic Party is having a rally, having a meetup on May the 7th, which I believe that's Saturday.
Yes.
At 2:00 in front of the federal courthouse, 299 East Broward Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale. They have they're gonna have abortion is healthcare. So the Broward Democratic Party is having a meetup at the federal courthouse at 299 East Broward Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale this Saturday at 2 p.m. So
let me put that in there. This Saturday.
Yes. I'm trying to see if I could wait, what? Oh, sorry, it's 12:00. 12:00. It's at noon. My bad, not 2:00. It's at noon. It's at noon.
Okay, got it.
It's at noon. My apologies, y'all. It's at noon.
What kind of rally is it?
It's about the GOP's ban off our bodies. It's about what we were talking about today. It's about what we were talking about today. Okay. So I'm sorry, it's at noon. I don't know why I saw the two. My apologies. It's at noon this Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yep.
Right, in Fort Lauderdale.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna put this in the chat so you all can have it.
I'm trying to see if I can post the image in the chat too.
Yeah, y'all need to go. Y'all need to get it together. 55%.
It's the federal courthouse, 299. Yeah, she got an East Broad Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale courthouse. 55%. The pressure is on, ladies. Y'all gonna have to make this right. Y'all gonna have to make this right because of you, the whole nation here is going to suffer because of you, especially the southern states for now. Because if what co-host Sandra said was correct, that it can become a state issue rather than it being a federal issue. So y'all gonna need to fix it. Y'all gonna need to fix it. And you can start by these midterm elections, ladies. Start by these midterm elections. You all should be offended that your white counterparts came out and was like, to hell
your
with
man, girl, your man did this.
To hell with her.
Your man did this.
My babies.
He don't care nothing about you, girl.
Tell me. They basically
got stretch marks for this dude, and this what he doing.
Basically telling you can't do nothing unless you talk to somebody, some man. You gotta talk to some man to make a decision for you. That's what that says. Y'all should be offended. Offended, okay? Disgusted. So much so that you go into this midterm election and be like, okay, see what you not gonna do is try to tell me how to run my body. That's what you not gonna do. So I suggest 55%. Y'all talk to your 45% counterparts that decided that they was
Let
saying
them get you right.
You won't go. Y'all huddle up. Get buses, whatever, and bust your behinds to these midterm elections and remove these men from office.
Let them go. They don't show you who they are. Believe them. They don't respect you. They don't love you. They don't care nothing about you.
Nothing.
I'm give another white dude a chance. Just don't let these stay. I'm just saying.
They've already told you.
They done showed you. They ain't had to tell you nothing. They showed you.
They said you ain't nobody. That's what they said.
Don't care nothing about you, girl.
You ain't. They said you ain't nobody. That's what they said.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they said. And listen, we love our men too, even though they be doing us wrong sometimes.
But I don't let the same one keep doing me wrong.
But guess what? We don't allow habitual behavior. Okay, we don't allow that. One time is enough. One time okay, maybe two, but one time is enough. All right.
And the thing is that there's some disrespect that's just so like, wow, this is what we doing, that you just can't even give him another chance to do that to you again.
55%. Y'all ran in 2016 to the polls. And look what he left.
Y'all gotta get out of it. And then once he actually won, the 45% was like, what just happened? It's like, Karen, I thought we was good. I talked to you before you went in there.
See what happened is that Karen didn't talk to Patty. Okay. And Patty was like,
Patty thought her and Karen was good. Patty was like, okay, Karen, I know, but sis, I'm telling you, and they went in there and just did this nonsense. So all right, Karens,
I'm just saying, y'all just out here, child. And then you see what Ken did to you. You see how Ken did you, boo. You see what he did to you, Karen. Ken was like, no, we don't care. We're gonna do what we want.
I'm telling you,
Ken. Then what you need to do is find you a Jerry, okay? Because Jerry might be
somebody. Ben, Frank,
whatever. I'm just
Trey, Dante.
Well, Dante,
Jose,
Isaiah. Somebody. Girl, you can do what you need to do, sis. You ain't gonna ask me for nothing, okay? You need me to support you. I can support you, okay? But Ken over here is like, no, I need to be.
I'm telling you, go talk to somebody else.
See what Ken did to you? Yeah. So I'm gonna need you and your 55%.
We need y'all to get it together. We really do. We really need y'all to.
And co-host is right. Black women don't have a lot on our plate already. You lose.
We'll talk to you, but come to us last. Go to the 45%. They were trying to give you that advice before. Go listen to them. Go talk to them.
You feel confused when you deal with Patty.
She was trying to give her man a chance.
Okay. Well, listen. When you talk to Patty and them, and you still confused, you can come to us at the last resort.
Come talk to us.
You can come talk to us.
We're gonna break it down.
I'm gonna need you to show. I'm gonna need you to teach you a lesson. I'm gonna need you
because we could really explain to you how, like, when people treat you bad, what that feels like, and that we know that they're gonna keep doing it because they already did it. You know what I'm saying? So we could tell you, like, they ain't gonna change.
Yeah,
we know because they kind of really don't want to. They might fake change for a minute to kind of suck you back in temporarily.
Right. And we can help you, not help, but we can explain that to you too as the last resort, because we already know what that is. We know what that looks like.
We understand that.
This is our life. This is what we deal with. We got to navigate through that or whatever. But what we want you to do, what co-host and I are saying, you're gonna have to teach Ken a lesson. Ken cannot continue.
He can't continue.
His tirade.
He gonna treat you how you let him treat you. You dictate how you're gonna be treated. Tell this man he can't do this to you. Okay.
I'm just saying, Ken got to go.
Make him lose his job. Y'all be all right.
Y'all good at getting people to get fired. Y'all good with that.
I'm telling you.
I trust and believe if you huddle up with your 45%, 55, we can get the show on the road in November.
And get this right and put this place back on the right track. Because this direction is like,
Yeah, we 15 minutes over our time, but we had to it had to be done. We had to be said.
It had to be said.
So next week, hopefully, we'll start posting early, a few days before, so you all can know. We've sent out emails to about 30 candidates today, hoping that we can get some emails back, and we want to be able to allow you all to learn about them, hear about them, and find out what their visions are for the positions that they're running for. So look to our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Twitter pages. I don't know if we're gonna still use Twitter after Elon Musk buy it, but that's a whole different issue. But look at those. We'll be posting flyers and dates and times. We're looking forward to talking to all these down ballot candidates. However, we don't want to lose sight that we are in a midterm election where the governor is up for re-election, as well as
one of our state senators, Marco Rubio, who got to go.
We want to make sure.
The other person we need to get rid of too is our Attorney General.
Oh yeah,
Ms. Moody.
She got
our heiress is running against her, and we need to make sure she gets elected too. Because Ms. Moody was standing behind DeSantis every time he be talking this nonsense. She be right there with him. I'm like, oh, y'all lawyers.
Well, she was right there with him when he was signing legislation for the abortion bill.
Right there. We were like, girl, you gotta go too, Ms. Moody. You gotta go too. So we gotta get rid of the AG also. I think she's up. I don't know if she's up, but I think she's up. She got to be up because Ayala's Miss Aramis is running against her, so she's up.
And then we will be posting flyers of these candidates on our Facebook pages, so you'll see who they are. Karen. Brittany said, "Hey, Karen, call the supervisor on them." Karen, we know you're good with that. We know that you're good with that. Call the supervisor.
Be all dramatic with it too.
Yeah, and y'all be slick with it too. Y'all be undercover, underhanded. That's why I want you to go to the midterm election and make this change. I know you can do
it. We actually have the ability to do this and straighten this because we got to put this train back on track because it's going off the rails right now.
They gotta go.
Yeah. But I did want to finish up your point because I did want to. We usually do Black Excellence, and I wanted to talk about this brother today. His name is Chris Smalls, and he's presently the president of the Amazon Labor Union.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So this brother, they underestimated this brother because Amazon Bezos like, you're not gonna be able to unionize nobody, right? Because he a grilled up brother that wears urban, what they call streetwear, whatever that is. It's still clothes, but he's unsuspecting, right? And that one of the things that they said, and it was a leaked email that basically is like, that man ain't gonna be able to do nothing, right? They underestimated that brother, and what he did, he's like, oh, I can show you better than I can tell you, and he was able to unionize Amazon employees, and now he's the president or the founder of the Amazon Labor Union. He done got, I think it's like 4 big centers. He got them. They about to change the way they do the working, the overtime, the this, the that, and all the third, and they didn't see that brother. Well, again, they was judging the book by its cover, right? That brother showed them.
It goes back to
Chris Smalls.
It goes back to the exonerated 4 when they said they don't see us. Mm-hmm. They don't see you, and they didn't see Mr. Smalls, right? Just because you don't see him, don't mean that he ain't there. Okay?
Yeah, they underestimated that brother. He's like, oh, okay. Let me show you how this really done. Okay.
Okay. So that is
Black excellence. That is excellence, pretty, but that's like some real Black excellence because they were judging.
Excellence, right?
Because he grilled up the way he looked. That's like, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. And he showed did unionize those Amazon employees.
The way you look doesn't designate or decide how you roll. Okay. And so Chris Smalls came up in there and he was like, okay, you could look at this appearance and think what you want, but what you're not gonna do is underestimate me.
He's like, don't let this look fool you. Because now y'all about to do them hours. Because he was like, basically, Amazon was treating people like numbers. And he was like, they can't go to the bathroom. Like, they can't get no, what you mean?
Okay.
Yep, he got them to unionize, and now Amazon got to deal with him and those daggone employees. All right, there you go, Jeff Bezos. Stop judging people based on the way they look. You should know better. You from Miami, dude.
What you doing? How you doing?
I'm not Miami, Jeff Bezos. You know what we look like. We be looking like all kind of stuff, but we smart as all get out. You out here
every day
because you know that's part of the Billionaires Boys Club. So
that's what you get for underestimating what we got around here. That's what you get. So moving.
He got served. So shout out Chris Smalls. Shout out.
Moving forward, Jeff Bezos, you're gonna put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on his name.
Respect on his name.
Put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on his name. Don't
yes,
you ever take him for granted again. All right,
ever.
Chris Smalls, we hope that if you ever see it, we hope that you give them hell and make sure that everybody.
He giving them exactly what they deserve. They got to deal with him.
Excellent.
That's right. Shout out.
Love it. I'm glad that you brought that up. Because I saw the news the other day. I said, "Oh, look at that young brother coming in here and be like,
giving
that $1 billion business a run for their money. That's what
run for their money.
There you go. I'm hoping that Mackenzie Bezos."
I love Mackenzie.
I'm hoping that Mackenzie's like, hey, Chris, come holler at me.
You need some money too. I got a donation for you. I'm gonna give you some of Jeff money too.
Okay. The office.
Let me give you some of Jeff money. Don't you need some?
The office, Chris. What you need?
What you need, Chris? I got a check for you too.
What you need, Chris? Mackenzie, holla at Chris.
I like Chris Smalls because he said he's unemployed, so he need a check too.
Mackenzie, if you can, and if you are affiliated with any of the 55%. I would love for you to holler at them and explain to them that this ain't it.
This ain't it. They don't like it. All right.
Mrs. Bezos, if you can go ahead and talk to the 55% for us, that we would appreciate.
We need y'all to do that.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
So we'll let you guys know which of the candidates responded back. We're going to try to get them all in. It may not be every Wednesday like we do our show. Yeah. But we will send out information well in advance, so you'll be ready to hear and listen to these down ballot candidates. They are important too because they make this important our everyday lives. So next week, hopefully, we'll have a candidate. If not, there's still enough news to go
something
around.
else gonna happen. You know, there's gonna be something else that's gonna happen that we're gonna have to talk about.
That's right. And I think co-host, if I remember correctly, when's the last day for you to register to vote in order to be voting?
So I think it's like either 29 or 30 days before the primary. So it got to be like July 22nd or 21st or something like that.
We'll get the right times and we'll post them. But we want you to
do it now. Register now.
Register today.
Request your mail-in ballot too.
Request your mail-in ballot and then check your voter registration.
Make sure it's up to date.
Your stuff is updated because the new law requires you to do this every year. Double check. Don't leave it for the last minute. Make sure you do it now. If you can do it now, please do it now. And so as we work our way through this midterm election. So looking forward to speaking to everybody next week. Co-host, do you have any closing remarks?
I ended on Chris Smalls.
Actually, I love it right there.
All right.
We'll holla at y'all next week. Y'all take care. Be safe. We're still in COVID. Please make sure you still wear your mask when necessary. And please stay safe. Keep washing your hands. And even though other people may not want to protect you, but protect yourself so you can protect them. That's the burden that we have.
That's
so we'll see y'all on the flip side.
All righty. Bye.